The next round is called Between the Lines. Rory and Hugh, can you make your way to the Mock the Week press pit? In this round, one player takes the role of a famous person making a speech, while the other says what they really mean. So, Rory, you are Prince Charles giving a speech on the occasion of his mother's birthday. Hugh, tell us what he's really saying. Take it away.
Hello, Mummy. Gosh, you look so well.
Blast.
A little birdie tells me.
It's all over the newspapers.
Today is a very special day.
You're still alive.
I don't know how you do it.
I don't know why you do it.
You just seem to go on and on.
And on and on. And on.
I'm sure I speak for the rest of the family when I say, It's very good.
Thank you very much.
What do you do?
I make organic biscuits.
Oh, wonderful. Marvellous, it's true. So I've lost the thread now. Anyway, we hope you have a lovely day. Looking forward to the 21-gun salute.
They're loaded.
David, Rory and you. Very good. That's it. The point for both of you at that stage. In the light of Tory party manoeuvrings this week on the leadership, Rory, you are Michael Howard, presenting his plans to stand aside as leader of the Conservatives. Hugh, tell us what he's really saying.
At the last election, we had a remarkable result.
We lost.
It was a tremendous achievement.
We lost really badly.
But there's still a lot of work to be done.
Bye then.
I'm much too old to lead the Conservative Party.
Kenneth Clarke is much too old to lead the Conservative Party.
I've laid out a sensible time frame for my departure.
I must be back before sunrise.
We all know that there were problems with the previous system of selection for the leader.
Ian Duncan Smith.
This time, I hope we'll have a free and a fair fight.
I'll stop David Davis if it kills me.
We need to focus on our core priorities.
Can anyone remember our core priorities?
And then we'll be able to go forward, unite around a new leader, and triumph at the next election.
Not even I'm thinking what he's thinking.
Very good. Well done to both of you. Hugh, Rory. I think Hugh is the winner there. Rory, you are George W. Bush making his TV address to the nation. Hugh, tell us what he's really saying.
My fellow Americans.
People of Florida.
2 years ago, I declared that hostilities in Iraq were over.
Unfortunately, nobody told the other side.
See, we proved them wrong in Iraq. They said there was no link between Iraq and Al-Qaeda.
There is now.
What people have to understand is the problem was essentially our lack of intelligence.
People have to understand. The problem is essentially my lack of intelligence.
See, problem is people keep putting words in my mouth.
Imagine what it would be like if they didn't.
Well, we will stay in Iraq until the job is done.
We will stay in Iraq until the oil is finished.
Very good. Both of you, congratulations. Rory and you. Points for everyone. Sit down. Former Lib Dem leader Charles Kennedy giving his resignation speech.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Can I first of all say how good it is to see so many of you here today?
I can't see any of you here today.
But I think it's a great thing that so many of you come here on such an important occasion.
You bastards.
As you know, I've got a few things I'd like to get off my chest.
My name is Charles, and I am an alcoholic.
As I've said before, we've had a great year, and I think we've now got as many as 62 Liberal Democrat MPs.
It's probably 31, and I'm seeing double.
And that's why I've taken the very difficult decision that I should go.
That is why they have taken the very difficult decision that I should go.
Having said that, I think it's very important that the decision as to a future leader should go to as many people as possible in the wider party.
Stop Ming. Stop Ming!
Well, having said that, I think any of the candidates would make an excellent leader.
Stop Ming!
In conclusion, could I just say I think the Liberal Democrats are in a healthy state. I think we can go on, place ourselves strategically in a good position and go on from strength to strength and learn from this.
I love you.
Well done, Rory, you are George W. Bush making his State of the Union address. Away you go.
My fellow Americans,
And people of New Orleans.
last year you re-elected me as president of our great country.
If you think I'm stupid, what does that say about you?
Last year, in the State of the Union address, I concentrated on domestic issues.
I didn't want to talk about Iraq.
This year, I'm going to concentrate on energy.
I still don't want to talk about Iraq.
See, we face in America a great energy crisis.
You see, in America, we have created a great energy crisis.
We have to reach an agreement with those countries who exploit the world's resources. India, China, Asia.
Invade India, China, Asia.
We have to woo ourselves off our addiction to oil.
I did it with alcohol.
In conclusion, we have to somehow reduce our dependency on oil by 75%.
That's nearly half.
Well done to both of you. I'm going to give a point to Hugh there. Congratulations. Right, the next round is called Between the Lines and features Sandy and Hugh. Would you please make your way to the press pit, please? In this round, one of them takes on the role of a person in the news addressing the media, while the other translates what they really mean. Sandy, you are Her Majesty the Queen, reflecting on the anniversary this week of her 54th year on the throne.
My most loyal and trusted subject.
Dear Chavs,
As one approaches one's 80th birthday, one can hardly believe that one has reigned for quite so long.
As one approaches one's 80th birthdays, Prince Charles cannot believe that one has reigned for quite so long.
I've tried to be a modern monarch, in touch with all my peoples around the globe.
High five, big shout to the Commonwealth posse.
During my reign, I have had many great joys and triumphs.
Yesterday, I won a 7-horse accumulator at Hayden.
I've also watched the nation change many times for the better.
Except for the trains, they're shit.
But there have also been times of terrible loss.
But there have also been times of terrible loss.
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 I lost things.
My yacht. My private train. Zimbabwe.
Well done, Sandy and you. Really new. With a change of leader in the offing, Rory, your Prime Minister Tony Blair, reviewing his years in Downing Street.
Gosh, ladies and gentlemen, the world is a difficult and dangerous place. We face perhaps the greatest challenges we've ever faced in our history.
Time to go.
It is the greatest duty of any Prime Minister and any government to protect the safety and security of their citizens.
Whoops.
As Prime Minister, I spent a lot of time lying awake at night, staring into the abyss.
I wish Cherie would sleep with her mouth closed.
All right. I know that people are just going on and on and on about when I'm going to step down.
I know Gordon's going on and on and on about when I'm going to step down.
But look, when I do, I'm not a kingmaker. There will be a proper procedure for the succession.
Whomsoever pulls the sword from the stone, he is the one.
I know that in time, Gordon will be an excellent leader.
Of the opposition.
I know that a lot of people think that I'm insincere.
But hey, I love you all.
And when I actually do move on from my career in public service, I'm looking forward to a new challenge.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be James Blunt.
Well done, Rory and Hugh. Very good. Points there for Hugh, I think, and for Rory. What the heck?
As he prepares to assume centre stage, Rory, you are Chancellor of the Exchequer Gordon Brown, informing us of what lies ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, for nearly 9 years now, I have been Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Ladies and gentlemen, for nearly 9 years now, I have wanted to be Prime Minister.
There has been much talk about a handover. I think it's more important than that. It's not just about myself and Tony. It's about the future of the country.
It's my turn!
Throughout that time, I have controlled the economy prudently and sustainably.
One more stamp and I get a free cappuccino.
I know people find David Cameron attractive, but I have qualities that he doesn't.
I'm big, I'm tough, and I'm hung like a horse.
I'm a great believer in national identity.
OK, the moon.
But I don't believe in cultural stereotypes.
Many a mickle makes a muckle.
I know that some people think that I'm dour and sullen, and some people even think that I've got a lack of charisma. And I am, of course, looking forward to working with John Prescott. He's an able politician with robust views, which he expresses most effectively.
He's a fat, grumpy bastard.
Welcome to both of you. Points going to Rory there. Rory, your England football manager, Sven-Goren Eriksson, talking about recent events.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, ladies.
I've just had a meeting with the chief executive of the FA.
Well, he said he was from the FA.
We reached a very amicable settlement.
I'm rich!
When I took on this job, I knew exactly how much it involved.
$4.5 million a year.
We'll do well in the World Cup. We've got an excellent squad.
Peter Crouch is world class.
I would like to reassure you that my mind is very much on the job.
Nice tits.
The next round is called Between the Lines, and it features Hugh and Frankie. Would you make your way to the press pit, please? In this round, one of them takes on the role of a person in the news addressing the media, while the other translates what they really mean. Frankie, you are former Iraqi President Saddam Hussein making a speech. Hugh, you will tell us what Saddam is really saying.
Hello, campers.
I really think we're going to miss Rory Bremner.
Greetings from the true president of Iraq.
The guys from D-Wing say hello.
The case against me has been blown up out of all proportion.
As have most of the lawyers presenting it.
Believe me, they have the wrong man.
I wonder what the real Saddam is doing now.
They say that I gassed my own people.
Never. Not at these prices.
You think I am finished? My name still resonates around the world.
I was offered 200 grand to do Love Island.
I believe that I will be found innocent.
I believe that I will be found dead.
I may be in prison, but I can still dream.
Tonight, Matthew, I want to be Freddie Mercury.
Very good. Hugh gets the points there. Well done to both of them. As he prepares to assume centre stage, Frankie, your Liberal Democrat leader, Sir Mingus Campbell, addressing his party conference. Hugh, you will tell us what Ming really means.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Liberal Democrat Party conference.
What is the point?
I have many happy memories of Brighton. I came here as a boy.
On a longboat in a Viking invasion.
Questions have been asked about my performance in the House of Commons.
Like, why am I so shite?
I'd like to make it clear that the party weighed up all the options before choosing me as the best man for this job.
I'm not a homosexual, and I have a fully functioning liver.
This year, we will be introducing a raft of radical new tax policies on cars, homes, and those who harm the environment.
Don't worry, we'll never get in. We've just done it for a laugh.
Unlike the Tories, we have a clear idea of where we're going.
Nowhere.
I'm a man who's not afraid of a challenge. I was an Olympic athlete.
At the original Games in 463 BC. I was pipped in the dash by a winged horse.
Dave, Darren, Kieran, Frankie! As he prepares to assume centre stage, Frankie, you are Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. Thank you, got it right in one. And you will tell us what he really means.
I am Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad.
But you can call me Ted.
We are developing nuclear power, but our aim is peaceful.
We are developing nuclear power, but our aim is Jerusalem.
We're developing nuclear power which could benefit the West.
Have you considered changing your electricity supply?
Iran has been accused of sponsoring terrorism.
We do. 50p a mile.
The American president is the son of a swine. I hope that one day his body is identified by the teeth marks on my penis.
I don't like George Bush.
We are a modern people. At night, I relax by listening to the Stones.
Thudding into the bodies of innocent women.
I am opposed to nuclear weapons and would like to see reducing numbers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Very good, well done. Frankie and Hugh. It translates what they really mean. Frankie, you are Conservative Party leader David Cameron making a speech. Hugh, you will tell us what he really means.
I am here to launch the Conservative Party manifesto, which is substantial.
A child's drawing of an oak tree and 300 blank pages.
First, let me refute a rumour. People say that I am posh.
I am not. And you can ask my footman.
I believe that politics should be about more than style over substance. Admittedly, I did go to boarding school.
I was briefly gay.
But Eton is a school with great tradition.
The weakest child in every year is sacrificed in the school pyramid to appease the god Imhotep.
The world needs to form a coherent plan to deal with global warming.
I've got a little windmill on my roof.
I want to reach out to ethnic minorities in Britain.
Give them a fiver and say, would you do my garden?
Well done, Hugh and Frankie! Well, it translates what they really mean. Frankie, you are former UN Secretary-General Kofi Annan making his farewell New Year speech as he hands over to his successor. Hugh, you will tell us what he really means.
Welcome to the United Nations, the world's most respected peacekeeping authority. As it comes to the time where I hand over to my successor, I must reflect on the fact that we have had many successes.
We came first in Channel 4's 50 most useless organisations. I got to meet Jimmy Carr. Humbling.
Naturally, we have been keeping an eye on things in Iraq to see how they are going.
They seem to be going really badly.
During my tenure, many people have become better off.
My son has become a millionaire.
It is ridiculous to say that the UN is overfunded.
As I said to my helicopter pilot when I sent him to the dry cleaners with my cat's waistcoat.
Many of us here saw the 9/11 attacks coming.
They flew right past the window.
I will always remember the first words that George W. Bush said to me.
Yo, boy, park my car and don't scratch it.
Very good, well done. Points for you and Frankie now. You're the translates what they really mean. Frankie, you are Prince Charles making a New Year address to the nation. Hugh, you will tell us what he really means.
My loyal subjects.
My homies. My bitches.
I'm proud to say that Harry will be serving in Iraq. I'm sure that he will find a useful role to play.
3 miles behind the other troops in a sealed titanium war bubble.
I do hope that he doesn't get shot.
How will I break the news to his father?
William, meanwhile, seems to have found a girl that he's in love with.
So now he can marry someone else and keep her as his bit on the side.
Tabloids are desperate to get hold of saucy pictures of Kate.
I've got some.
It was good to see Helen Mirren winning a Golden Globe. I thought she did a wonderful performance as my mother.
I've been having some very confusing dreams.
I took Camilla to India recently, and the locals who saw us were amazed.
They thought, blimey, Diana's let herself go a bit.
Surely it is now time that Diana was laid to rest.
After all, it's nearly 10 years since we had her killed.
My sons were both very upset at the time.
He kept on asking why I smelt of brake fluid.
Well done to Hugh and Frankie. They really mean. Frankie, you are US President George W. Bush making a State of the Union address. Hugh, you will tell us what he really means.
My fellow Americans. Many people are surprised that I've committed another 20,000 troops in Iraq.
I was surprised. I was only trying to order my Tesco shopping online.
I admit that there are similarities between Iraq and Vietnam.
I think they both have a border with Switzerland.
Some say that the Iraq war is unwinnable, but not my closest advisors.
Chuck Norris, Vin Diesel, and the animals of Farthing Wood.
People said that our soldiers would be coming back in body bags, but that hasn't happened.
Some of them would come back in shoeboxes.
Thanks to me, the war on terror will be won.
By Al-Qaeda.
Soon the world will be a much safer place.
I'm retiring in 18 months.
I remain firmly opposed to abortion.
Even though I'm a great advert for it.
done, Hugh and Frankie. The media, what you would translate what they really mean. Frankie, you are Osama Bin Laden, making his latest address to the world. Hugh, you'll tell us what he really means.
Infidels!
Hi.
Try as hard as you like. I am somewhere that you will never find me.
I died 5 years ago.
Terror is the only way for Al-Qaeda to spread our message.
We tried T-shirts, but the overheads were monstrous.
There seems to be no end to the indignities that the West piles upon us.
I've been offered the lead in Chicago.
I need you to listen to our message now.
Although, if you download the podcast, you'll get a special bonus interview with Vernon Kerr.
Here in the Tora Bora Mountains, we have managed to adapt and enjoy life.
Every evening we play Stars in Their Eyes. Last night I was Cat Stevens. I rocked.
I'm looking forward to this year's Oscars.
I had the original idea for United 93.
Frankie and Hugh, ladies and gentlemen. Frankie, this week you are soccer superstar David Beckham introducing himself to the many fans of LA Galaxy. Hugh will tell us what he really means.
I'm glad to have this opportunity to let you know what I'm thinking. It's great to have left Real Madrid.
I hate Poland.
I've bought a house in LA, right by the big Hollywood sign.
I'd love to know what it says.
Brooklyn has settled in well at an American school.
He shot someone.
My wife knows how much I love her.
I sent her a text by mistake.
I was surprised to learn that I was wanted by Scientology.
I didn't know they had a team.
Tom Cruise's wife, Katie, is always advising us to hire more staff.
She keeps sending me notes saying, get help.
Very good. Well done to both of them. On the world stage, while Hugh translates what he really means. Frankie, this week you are Russian President Vladimir Putin addressing his people.
The British government are trying to portray me as some sort of evil mastermind.
We had a good laugh about that with the abducted scientists on my cloud base.
People think that I'm miserable, but I'm smiling on the inside. I've just come back from America, where I found I had a lot in common with President Bush.
Neither of us can speak English without a translator.
I want to gain your confidence. You can trust me.
Perhaps we could meet for some sushi.
There are a lot of misconceptions about Russia. People think we are a nation of alcoholics.
I love you.
People think that...
He's trying to do a line.
But people think that Russia is run by gangsters. I find that funny.
What do you mean funny? Funny how? Funny in what way? You find me amusing? I love you.
Britain continues to anger Russia, then we will shut off vital supplies to your country.
See how you get on with ordinary porn now.
Frankie and you, we'll talk about you. While Hugh translates what they really mean. Frankie, this week, you are Leader of the Opposition, David Cameron, addressing the nation.
Let me assure you, I understand the pain of the people of Tewkesbury.
We're both up to our necks in shit.
This summer, I have put the Tory party back where they belong.
Third in 2 by-elections.
I have been criticised recently for my poor performances.
I told the wife it's the stress of the job.
I'm not worried about the polls.
They're doing a lovely job in my kitchen.
We Tories believe that marriage is the ideal.
A strong man and a woman who will stand by him during allegations about his homosexuality.
Boris Johnson will make a great mayor. He has a lot in common with London's first mayor.
He's a dick.
I have taken steps to ensure that I will be the next Prime Minister of this great country.
Dear Jimmy. Could you fix it for me?
Ladies over here, Frankie. The next round is called Between the Lines and features Hugh and Greg. Would you make your way to the press pit, please? Greg delivers a speech in the guise of a leading figure on the world stage while Hugh translates what they really mean. Greg, you are American presidential candidate Barack Obama.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to attempt to emulate my political heroes. Luther, Kennedy, Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King, what's wrong with
No, Martin Luther King is fine. It was Luther.
I love the idea your brain's just going, I can offer you the word tangerine, that is it.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to attempt to emulate my political heroes. Lincoln, Kennedy, Luther King.
I'm going to be assassinated.
Hillary is a wonderful politician, and I'm delighted to have her continued support. Loser! Loser! George Bush has been giving me some tips.
He still thinks I'm the valet. He parks his car.
I have the greatest of respect for all of Senator McCain's achievements.
Oven chips.
I will, of course. I'm sorry, I'm starting to sound like some sort of soul singer now. Yeah, we got it together, didn't we, babe?
Russell, would you make your way to the press pit, please? Russell delivers a speech in the guise of a leading figure on the world stage, while Hugh translates what they really mean. This week, Russell is Prince Charles.
My loyal subjects.
I know. One can dream.
My mother asked me to give the Christmas speech this year.
I think that's what she said, but the pillow was muffling her voice.
I'm going to talk about the things that really matter to the British people.
Architecture, polo, and cars that run on cheese.
Season's greetings from Sandringham. The royal family always feel at home in Norfolk.
We're poorly educated inbreds. We enjoy torturing animals.
Yesterday we played golf all afternoon. Andrew shot 2 birdies and an albatross.
And my father shot a fox, 2 dogs, and a teenage criminal from King's Lynn.
I've come up with an exciting new initiative.
These aren't just biscuits. These are Dutchy original biscuits.
Speaking of which, we still need to work on our ginger nuts.
Prince Harry, as we call him.
It's really wonderful to see... Sorry, wrong voice. Let's do it again. Merry Christmas.
Is that your Nick Griffin impression?
It's really wonderful to see the kind of man William has grown into.
A toothy, bald man.
Wills has the charisma, charm, and media skills that made his mother an icon.
And Harry has the personality, courage, and ginger hair that made his father a major in the British Army.
My father is 89, and I can assure you his health is as rude as ever.
Only this morning he said, "Merry Christmas, you jug-eared tit."
Well done, Hugh and Russell.